Hello everyone, Rob Keys here, and I'm doing another What's in the Box unboxing video. This is going to be my first time doing an actual piece of technology for the channel. I did last year maybe it was this year, the Ouya Android console when it came out. I did a little video on that, kind of on the fly for Game Rant, but this is on my own channel, and we're going to be talking about the Microsoft Surface 2, which just came out this week. If you're a tech enthusiast, you're probably very well aware that the Surface, the initial one, was a bit of a fail for Microsoft. It was missing a few features, and ultimately they had to write off like $900 million worth of Surface RTs, which was a big disaster. And there were a few reasons for that, and a lot of those reasons were rectified with the Surface 2, and we'll talk about that in a second. But I think the biggest concern for consumers with the Surface product line is that there's two different versions, and I don't think everyone really knows that. There is this, which is the RT version, and the original Surface had the same thing, and this is essentially the tablet. This is the Microsoft mobile operating system and platform and architecture. It is not the same Windows 8 or now 8.1 that you will get on your laptop, and I actually do have a Windows 8 laptop. It's very similar to the Surface, actually. It's called a Yoga. I bought it from Future Shop this summer, just before going to Comic-Con, and it's awesome. It's got 128 gig solid-state drive, and it basically runs like a tablet, but it is the full Windows operating system with a touchscreen. It's very slick, very fast, and the battery life is awesome, and it's very light and thin, but not as thin as what the Surface is. And there's, of course, the Surface RT, which is this, and then there's the Surface Pro, which costs, I think, around $200 to $300 more, and it, like my laptop, actually runs the real Windows 8 and now 8.1 operating system. So what that means is, with the Windows RT tablet, you can only get your apps through the Windows Marketplace. It does actually have a desktop mode, but you can't go into your browser and just download anything, like in my case, Photoshop CS6 or Sony Vegas 12 to do my video editing. That kind of stuff's not on here. You can only get the officially sanctioned apps through the Windows Store. And the big problem with the original Surface is I don't think there was a good enough distinction between one or the other. That problem is still kind of existent with this, because this, in appearance, once I boot it up, and you'll see, the actual operating system is almost identical to 8.1, even though it's not 8.1. But we'll get into the nitty-gritty in a second. First thing we'll do is open the box. Very slick packaging. You see the big, shiny 2 there. Inside this box, once I get the tape off, is another box. Come on, I can do this. Got the Surface text there. This box flips open. Now, I did open it. I cheated. I opened it very quickly just so I can do the setup process, because I know that takes like 10 minutes to like sign in and register and all that stuff. So when you open it, you got the nice blue. This is like the trademark Windows 8 colors. And then you got the actual Surface unit. It's got in a plastic wrap, and you got the AC adapter right here. So look at this quickly. You got the Windows RT logo right there. And it's got this nice, really feel to it. It's nice gunmetal, dark gray. It feels good. The actual prongs pop out like that, just like your iPad plug. All right. As for the unit itself, take the wrap off. So it's got the widescreen. A big difference between the Surface 2 and the original is that the Surface 2 is a 10.1-inch screen, actually supports full HD, and that was kind of an issue with the first one. So it's a way higher resolution, much prettier. And I think on the first Surface they already nailed down touchscreen features, and they made amazing keyboard peripherals. Unfortunately, the base package doesn't come with that. You have to buy, and I think they're $100 each. There's a touchpad and a type pad. The touchpad is very, very thin, and it kind of fits on nicely as a cover as well. I'm more of a tactile feedback guy. That's why I like the laptop. Oh, I just turned it on. There you go. You can see the battery life right there, but it came with enough battery life in it. It was like half full, so I didn't have to plug it in to start. I did the 10-minute setup process. You have to pick your language and your region and your time zone, and then you have to sign in with your Windows account. And then once you do that, it sends like an activation code to your backup account, which in my case is a Gmail account, and it went straight to spam, so I was kind of worried there for a second. Right now I'm filming for some reason. Yeah, the power button is up top, right there. On the front, you got the Windows key, which does exactly what you expect when I'm not in camera mode. Whoops, it's locked. There you go. That's your Metro interface. As you can see, it's kind of it's very responsive. I'll show you some of the features of the desktop I say desktop of the Metro interface in a second. But I want to look at the back. It's got the nice logo there, so you don't mistake what it is. It's this nice silver, also sort of like a gunmetal feel. You can see the camera. It's a much higher res camera, and you got the little microphone pickup right there. Now, with the first one of the innovations Microsoft tried to introduce with the Surface is a built-in kickstand, like so. Once I get the grip, here it is. The problem with this on the first Surface is that it wasn't adjustable. So you put it down and that's all you can do. You're stuck at this angle. But they've added a secondary mode here. So now you can lean it both kind of like on a steep angle, and if you're like on your lap, you can angle it up more by doing the second mode. Now the Surface RT only has a 32 gig hard drive, and so the idea is if you want more additional storage, there is a USB 3.0 port on the one side there, and it also supports microSD. So that's how you're going to get your secondary hard storage. A big feature Microsoft's really trying to push though with Windows 8 is this the SkyDrive. It's like a cloud storage-based system. Think Google Drive but bigger. And I think you get something like 200 gigs with it, and you can subscribe to more just like you can with Gmail and Google Drive. Interface will flip based on your orientation. So that's kind of the rough outline. In terms of weight, it's actually lighter than the original Surface. It's quite a bit lighter than the Pro version, since the Pro is a little more of a beast in terms of hardware. But it's like 200 grams heavier than the new iPad Air, which of course is lighter than the old iPad. So let's see, kickstand, hard drive space. Okay, let's just get into like the front interface here. I'm still, even though I've had this laptop since July now, a couple of months, I'm still trying to learn the Windows 8 operating system. Especially now since I never had a Surface. I did get a chance to get hands-on with the Surface 2 at a couple of preview events in Toronto, including one where deadmau5 performed, which was kind of a cool surprise. But like I said, because it's RT, you have to go through the actual app store here at the Windows Marketplace to get stuff. Right away, I went on and installed Twitter, and finally, I'm happy to say you can get Facebook. Now, a shocking issue with the first Surface is that there was no official Facebook app. Even though Microsoft and Facebook have a partnership, it wasn't there, and that was kind of ridiculous. But hit the Windows key at any time to get back to the desktop. So I installed this thing, of course, not installed, but it comes default with the Xbox icon, and that's my profile there. I got a little Iron Man armor I put on from my buddies on Marvel, sent me that. And oh yeah, so some of the things. So the first thing you can do is customize the front. That's the first thing you want to do. And a couple of little improvements with Windows 8.1 is now you can like name your groups. It's not just a set of tiles. So if you slide up, you get your customize button, and you can name your groups. So we'll call this one testing. Enter. And another thing you can do is sliding from the left to the right, and this is not really new, but how you can organize multiple apps running at the same time is sort of new. So if you go this way, I got my Xbox games, I have my Twitter. If I hold it, I can like put one here, for example. So now I'm running my Twitter feed, my failed cube Twitter feed, while also running the Windows Store. I wonder how many I can fit on here. Oh, okay, just looks like 2. Trying to figure this out here. So yeah, that's my Twitter feed again. So yeah, oh, you can. This is what I'm looking for here. You can adjust it. So if you want your Twitter bigger, so that's kind of a big change. And I think you can have, I forget how many you can have at once, but maybe you can have like multiple. I don't know. Still trying to get used to that. But go back to your home screen. Of course, just like if you're familiar at all with Windows 8, you slide from the right, or on a desktop, you actually hold your cursor in the top right and kind of just go down a little bit, and you bring up kind of like your new start menu, so to speak. And then what's great is the built-in Bing search is not just for browsers, but for anything on your system. So I can just go Twitter, and it'll automatically show up. And if there are multiple categories, you can search in your apps, online, or within a specific app. I use it all the time. So when I'm typing on my yoga here, and I just want to make a quick note or copy or unformat text, like while I'm typing stuff, I just hit the Windows key and start typing. Like Note, and Notepad will immediately come up. So it's a lot faster than going Windows 7 style, hitting start, hitting Notepad, opening up. I can just like Windows key and it's there. Same thing with bringing up TweetDeck, which I use on my desktop and laptop for my Twitter app. So yeah, this is the Microsoft Surface 2 32 gig RT. I'm going to give it a shot, try it out all week. What I am going to do is go out and buy a keyboard for it, the typed keyboard specifically, and you can get it in different colors, and it does double as like a cover for it. It's very slick, it's very light, it's super responsive. Microsoft's really good about getting their keyboards. My big question about this is what sort of apps are available. Since it's RT, like I said, I can't just put on my exe files, so I'm going to try to find a good video editing piece of software and a good image editing app. And if I can do that, and it has my Twitter and Facebook, then I can basically do all of my basic core work when I'm on the go, and I won't have to bring my laptop and my iPad somewhere. I can do it all on here. But that's the big question. If you are looking for an actual like replacement for your laptop and you have legacy apps you want to install, spend the extra $200-300 and get the actual Surface Pro, because it's a full-out, very lightweight, small laptop that's also pretty powerful and pretty fast with good battery life. But yeah, so until then, please like and subscribe to this channel and video. I hope to do more unboxing videos. I think I did one already for a certain letter I got from a certain company that I don't know if I can put up yet. But if I can't, I will probably record another video for Assassin's Creed 4, the Collector's Edition. I'm a couple of days late on it because I had to review Battlefield 4 and spent the last couple of days staying up all night playing that to make sure I cover my bases. But until next time, subscribe, and I will see you later.